The following is a special presentation of the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. Broadcasting live from the Ustream Broadcast Center, this is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network. This broadcast is being brought to you in part by Bethel University Athletics, by the Middle Tennessee Sports Network, and by Ustream. Now, anchoring coverage of today's game, here is Michael Hackney.
And a good Wednesday evening to you all, 2 weeks out before Christmas. Sorry about getting on the air a few minutes late. I had some laptop issues, and for some reason, Google Chrome doesn't want to come up on my computer. Not really sure what the problem is there. But we are here at Fort Ice Center in Antioch this evening for a very big game. Ensworth-Nolensville playing for the first time in almost a month tonight, taking on Independent Summit Spring Hill. This is a must-win game for Ensworth if they are to try and get into a spot, or try and get the last spot in the upper tier for the second part of the regular season next month. They are at 9 points, and what the bad news for them is the two teams they are immediately behind, Hendersonville and Franklin, are playing each other tonight. So if Ensworth don't win this game, they're into the lower tier because there's going to be some type of result from that Hendersonville-Franklin game, whether it's a draw or one of the teams wins. So, yeah. Let's go over the results from Monday night. Montgomery Bell Academy beat Brentwood 5-1. USN-DCA MLK beat the Outlaws by the same score, 5-1. Centennial Page beat Ravenwood 6-4. And in the Holy War, Father Ryan beat Pope John Paul II CPA GCA 2-0. And that banished JP2 CPA GCA to the lower tier for next month. Here are the standings coming into tonight. 4 teams have wrapped up the first part of the regular season. MBA at 13-0-1 all alone atop the table. Brentwood, they're finished 10-3-1. They could still be passed for second. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon are third at 9-1-2. Father Ryan at 9-2-2. Centennial Page at 9-4-1. Independent Summit Spring Hill at 9-4. Brentwood at 8-4-1. Centennial, by the way, are done with this first part of the regular season. Franklin Hume-Fogg BGA and Hendersonville Station Camp Beach both at 5-7. Ensworth-Nolensville at 4-7-1. Pope John Paul II CPA GCA at 2-8-2. BAF Ray Lipscomb at 2-8-1. USN DCA MLK and the Outlaws both at 2-10-1. Blackman Stewart's Creek finished up this first part of the regular season last week. They are 0-14. Here is the schedule for tonight. 5 games this evening. Correction, only 4. Coming up at about 6:30 here in the North Ring at Fort Ice Center, Ensworth-Nolensville against Independent Summit Spring Hill. 8:10 on Rink A at Centennial. Franklin Hume-Fogg BGA taking on Hendersonville Station Camp Beach. Craig Jolly will have that game for you on the CJ Sports Network, CJSNonline.com, beginning at 8:05. 8:15 here in the North Ring at Fort Ice Center. Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon taking on USN DCA MLK. And then at 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial, BAF Ray Lipscomb taking on JP2 CPA GCA. That's the first segment of our pregame show in the books. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and go over both teams because we're already late on air. We'll start with Ensworth-Nolensville in 2 minutes.
If you want to learn an instrument, the best place to start is air guitar. Attitude is half the battle. If you want to teach your dog to stay, the best place to start is with a very lazy dog. And if you want an exceptional used car buying experience, the best place to start is CarMax. They have a variety of makes and models from pickups to SUVs to minivans. So you can test drive them all in one place. It just makes sense to start at a place like that. CarMax. Start here.
The first time we met, he came in and the first thing he said was, wow.
It was beautiful.
Thank you.
For me, Christian Mingle is this vehicle which God did use to bring my wife and I together. And that is a powerful, powerful thing.
My name is Mickey, and I met my husband Trey on Christian Mingle.
Join ChristianMingle.com today and find God's match for you. Joining is easy and free, so go to ChristianMingle.com today.
I'm at a Renaissance fair and I'm looking for a Coke.
Good morrow.
Good morrow to you, sir.
Wow, these people take this pretty seriously. Is this the concession stand?
'Tis indeed.
I'd like to buy a Coke.
I hearken thee to tryeth again.
Methinks I'd like to buy a Coke.
You can do better than that.
Okay, swipeth thee my credit card as if it were sliding behind the night sky, and giveth me thy Coca-Cola, for 'tis no longer thine. And if thou havest a bendy straw, that would be super.
Are you trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Call 800-483-1465. 800-483-1465.
This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.
Back on back in the North Rink here at Fordyce Center in Antioch is Zamboni still going around. We're going to take a look first at Tim McAllister and Ensworth-Nolensville. Again, this is their first game since in almost a month. They started out the year with a 4-game winning streak. They opened the year at 4-0, but ever since then, they are winless in their last 8. One draw with Centennial Page back in October is their only positive result in these last 8 games. As I'm having to, sorry folks, I'm having to use my phone because Google Chrome still isn't coming up on my computer for some stupid reason. Even though I punched the button 1,000 times, not really sure what's going on. And sometimes I go from 4G to 1X here in this stupid rink, and now request timeout. Come on! For goodness sake. I'm going to go over Ensworth's last 5 games. Come on, please be nice to me. Thank you. Ensworth's last 5 games start on October 28th, a 4-2 loss to Franklin Hume-Fogg BGA. So we're already past the 4-4 draw with Centennial Page at this point. 3-0 loss to Father Ryan on November the 4th. 8-0 loss to MBA on November the 6th. 8-2 loss to Ensworth. 8-2 loss to Brentwood on November the 11th. And then last month, November 13th, they got stomped by Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon 10-2. Here are their stats coming into tonight. Ethan Dunn is the team's leading scorer. He has 13 points from 7 goals and 6 assists. Zach Thomas and Dylan Knight each have 11 points from 6 goals and 5 assists. Mac Parikh has 8 points from 4 goals and 4 assists. Scott Sonkin has 8 points from 3 goals and 5 assists. DeWitt Thompson with 7 points from 3 goals and 4 assists. Anthony Tinsley with 6 points from 2 goals and 4 assists. Aiden Plorty with 4 points from assists, although he's only played in 6 games. Jack Edwards and Lee Denson each have 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Kellen Salisbury and Patrick Cavallari each have a point from a goal, and Douglas Weinstein has a point from an assist. On to goalie play, Anthony Alvarez is the chief starter for Ensworth. He has played in 10 games. His record is 3-5-1. Okay, if he's played in 10 games, maybe he started. Okay, so one of the 2 goalies are missing a game. He's played 390 minutes, goals against average of 3.77. 2 shutouts. He's allowed 35 goals on 191 shots and turned away the other 156. His save percentage is .820. Andrew Kirchbaum has played in 4 games. 2 of those were starts, or maybe 3. His record 1-1, or it's 2-1. One of the 2. He's played 114 minutes, goals against average of 3.32. 1 shutout. He's allowed 9 goals on 55 shots and turned away the other 46. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .840. We move on now to Independent Summit Spring Hill, who are safely inside the top tier. They are 9-4. They're wrapping up their first part of the regular season tonight. It's been pretty much smooth sailing this first part of the regular season as we take a look at their last 5 games. Their last 5 games begin on November the 6th. A 10-6 loss to Father Ryan. They bounced back 12 days later with a 7-2 win over the Tennessee Outlaws. Then they lost to Ravenwood 2 nights later, November the 20th, 5-3, but they've won their last 2 games. December the 2nd, they beat Franklin-Unifog BGA 4-2, and then last Wednesday, they beat BAF Ray Lipscomb 6-1. So here are their stats coming into tonight. Zach Giblin is the team's leading scorer. He has 31 points from 19 goals and 12 assists. Ash Warner with 19 points from 9 goals and 10 assists. Andrew McCole with 17 points from 6 goals and 11 assists. Stone Bishop with 15 points from 8 goals and 7 assists. And Braden McCandless has 10 points from 4 goals and 6 assists. I'm only going to go over the top 5. Their best goalie, their top goalie, Stephen Wilhelm, 7 starts. His record is 4-1. Grant Williams has done pretty well. 5 games started, his record is 2-3, and we are down to the last minute of pregame warm-up. When we come back in 2 minutes, puck drop time for Ensworth-Nolensville and Independence Summit Spring Hill.
For a fast, accurate temperature reading, nothing beats the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer. Here's what a real Exergen customer had to say.
This works great. My doctor's office uses the same brand and recommended this one to me. I love that I can check my baby's temperature when sleeping because he stays asleep.
The Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer is backed by over 50 published medical studies, more than any other thermometer, and is used and recommended by more medical professionals everywhere, giving you the peace of mind that you're getting the best. The Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer.
Cheetos Hotline. This is Chester.
The economy is really bumming me out.
Just sit back, relax, and enjoy those Cheetos snacks. It'll take your mind off it.
I'm feeling better already.
Me too. I'm charging you $24.99 for this call.
What?
Toodaloo.
Take a Cheetos break with Cheetos.
Pick up a bag of Cheetos today at a store near you.
Because Susan switched to Geico and saved hundreds of dollars on car insurance, her retirement account wants to bake her a chocolate cake. But it can't. It's a retirement account. It doesn't have the upper body strength to lift a cake pan into an oven. Switch to Geico, and every time you see the savings, you'll know your retirement account wants to bake you a chocolate cake. But remember, it can't. It's a retirement account. It is, however, happy that you're saving money.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Kids today have it so easy.
Say what?
Well, back in my day.
Dude, you're 22 years old.
We stood in line to renew our driver's licenses.
Yeah.
Now it's all this online and convenient. And even if you need a new picture, they've got these kiosks with facial recognition software. It's all like faster and easier and more secure.
Wow.
And they call that progress.
Yes, they do.
For kiosk locations and to learn how to renew your license online, visit tn.gov/safety.
This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.
Back in the North Rink here at Ford Ice Center, ready to go with this one. Apologies, I had to go get my rosters out of my backpack. Again, had laptop issues and can't get Google Chrome to come up no matter how many times I beg it. Oh, now you come up after like the 15,000th punch. Well, at least I know you're working properly. Anthony Alvarez in goal for Ensworth-Nolensville. Not sure who's in net for Independence Summit Spring Hill because they're at the other end of the rink, but Indy will be carrying the puck towards me for this first period. Ensworth-Nolensville will carry it away from me. The game is underway. And puck in the Indy zone, but a long pass ahead to Zach Giblin. He's going to the Ensworth net, and a backhander is over the head of Anthony Alvarez from the near side. Alvarez got a piece of it. Looks like it's Stephen Wilhelm in goal for Indy. Puck in their end, and they're bringing it out again. Andrew McCall brings it into the Ensworth zone, but the puck got away from him. And it is cleared out by Anthony Tinsley. But Zach Giblin brings it right back into the right wing side. Giblin from the circle, a shot. Went off the glove of Alvarez and into the netting above the glass. And that's our first whistle after 61 seconds of play. Draw beat Alvarez is left, and we got a bit of a moment here because he's adjusting his mask. And now he's putting his hand stuff back on. Dropped the puck, but they didn't like the way it went. And Ash Warner got kicked off the faceoff dot in favor of Nick Cervera. Draw one by, looked like Ensworth because it went out to center. Indy get it back. Puck sent back into the Ensworth zone. Patrick Cavallari with it, moving from the near side to the far side. He takes a bump but gets the puck out. Mac Parikh banking it off the near boards into the Indy zone. Connor Bain with it, though, for the Spiegels, they're calling themselves. And the puck actually came up to the right point, and Russell Jankowski got off a shot that was well wide of the far post, so that's the first shot attempt for Ensworth in this game. As Indy send the puck back into the Ensworth zone, but it's an icing. I think it was Braden McCandless who banked it off the near side boards trying to get it to Cervera, but puck missed Cervera, and it came down for an icing. 12-14 left in the first, nothing on the board yet. Draw is to the left of Wilhelm. Draw one by Ensworth. Puck sent around, draw one by Indy. Puck sent around the boards to the near side. Trying to get it out of their zone. Ash Warner has it. Carries it over to the far side and starts cutting down ice. Banks it off the far boards into the Ensworth end. Picked up by Douglas Weinstein, and he tried to flick it to the far side glass, and Ash Warner ran into him, and the puck went off of Warner into the netting above the glass, and I think they're going to give Warner a penalty for hitting Weinstein. Cross-checking is the call. So Ensworth-Nolensville getting the first power play of the game. No goals on the board yet. 11:47 to go in the first. Draw is in front of the Ensworth bench. Won by the Ice Tigers, although it ended up in the zone, but there's a tripping call against Ensworth. So their power play disappears in 5 seconds, and it's against Ethan Dunn, their leading scorer. So we'll have 4-on-4 for 1:55, 11:42 to go in the first. Zip, zip, draws to the right of Alvarez. Draw one by Indy. Joey McCready passing over to the left point. And Ethan Jasper getting it down low to Cervera. Cervera battling in the left wing corner with Ryan Taylor. Now Giblin comes out with a puck, but he has it knocked off his stick by Zach Thomas as he tries to go to the net. Anthony Tinsley falling over on the near side trying to get it out. And Thomas tried to sweep it out, but Giblin poked it off his stick towards the net. Jasper holds it in at the left point, now chases the puck to the left wing corner. Thomas gets there ahead of him, carries it around the back of the net. But Nick Cervera prevented him from clearing it out. Now here's Tinsley trying to carry it up the near side out to center. Stolen by Giblin. Giblin moving down the right wing boards. Bottom of the left circle, cutting to the front of the net. Oh, but the puck got away from him. He had the far side of the net open and it went off the stick of Taylor. Now here's Nick Cervera in the left circle. Shot went off the stick. Shot attempt went off the stick of Tinsley. And Taylor tried to clear it out, but it went off the left skate of Jasper at the left point and stayed alive. Jasper fires it over the net. Under a minute left in the 4-on-4. And Thomas tried to clear it out. McCready holds it in on the right half wall. Giblin at the right point. A slap shot kicked aside by Alvarez with a left leg pad. Tinsley tried to clear again, and this time it trickles out to center, but not very far. McCandless with it. Passes over to Giblin. Now he passes over to the near side. Andrew McCole, right wing side of the Ensworth zone. McCole has it knocked off his stick. 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Puck comes to McCandless at the right point. His shot blocked in front by Cavallari. It never got to Alvarez. Cavallari now carrying up the ice on the far side into the independent zone and shoots it over the net from the high slot. Connor Bain with a puck now, trying to send it over to McCandless. Penalty time against Indy is up. They got a 5-second power play, and it expires. Ensworth back at even strength. So we're back to 5-on-5 as a shot from Zach Caddo goes across the front of the Independence net. Big battle for the puck in the left wing corner. Caddo tried to send it out in front. Puck ends up going over to the right wing corner. Caddo catches up to it. Ethan Atchinger tried to clear, held in Jankowski at the right point, trying to send it towards the net. It's in the slot, and a shot is wide of the near post off the stick of Dylan Knight. Knight with it again, backhanding it to the end boards. Picked up by Ethan Dunn. Dunn sending it up to the left point, Douglas Weinstein. Weinstein sends it over to the right wing side. Knight tried to put it in front. There was a big crowd in front of the net, but nobody could get there. We get a whistle. I think the net may have been knocked out of its... it was knocked out of its mooring, completely dislodged. 8:46 to go in the first, still no goals on the board. Draws to the left of Wilhelm. Won by Ensworth, and they get a shot on goal that's gloved and held onto by Wilhelm at the far post. I think that may have been Chase Adolph. Draw to the left of Wilhelm again. So they finally get a shot on goal after over 5 minutes of play. They win the draw again, try and get it to the net. It's blocked. Indy trying to get it out of the zone, and they do. Puck trickles into the Ensworth end, picked up by Weinstein. He carries it around, tries to bank it off the near side boards. And it's out at center. Although flicked back in by Indy. And it was touched with a high stick by Weinstein, and then he touched it up and got the whistle. Draw's going to be to the left of Alvarez. Draws to the left of Alvarez again. I already said that, didn't I? It's won by Ensworth. Zach Thomas banks it off the near glass. It goes way up into the air. Ethan Jasper caught it behind the blue line and then brought it back in. Either that or they're saying hand pass. Either way, they're dropping into the dot across from the Ensworth bench. Drawn by Ensworth. Ethan Dunn passing it up the near side into the Indy zone, but it's intercepted by Ethan Jasper. Jasper carrying it around the back of his own net. Makes his way to the far side, carrying it through center. Racing into the Ensworth zone. He's in the right circle. Takes a shot. Turned away by Alvarez. Giblin now. Coming out in front of backhander. Stopped by Alvarez. Here's Andrew McCole whiffing on a shot attempt. Now, puck pushed up the boards by Dunn, but it comes back down low to McCole. McCole, bottom of the left circle. Goes around the back of the net. Wanted to put it out in front. Knocked off his stick by Tinsley. Puck in the right wing corner. Dunn whips it around to the far side. Held in by Jasper. He carries it down the wall. Passes over to the left point. And that was Ryan Lawson who had it for a moment. Taken back by Ensworth. And here's Ethan Dunn shooting from the right wing in the Indy zone. That has to be turned away by Stephen Wilhelm. Just the second shot on goal for Ensworth in this game. And now here's Zach Giblin racing through center into the Ensworth zone. In front, stopped by Alvarez with a right leg pad as he got to the net. Big breakaway save by Alvarez. And now back the other way goes Anthony Tinsley. He's going to the Indy net. A shot is wide, but he got tripped going to the net. And this will be a plain old penalty instead of a penalty shot. It's against Andrew McCall. So Ensworth-Nolensville to the power play. No goals on the board yet. 6:35 left in the first. Remember, they had a power play earlier in the period and then got a tripping call right off the subsequent faceoff and killed it. Draws to the right of Wilhelm. Won by Indy. They try and clear it out. Held in by Cavallari at the left point. He sends it back down low. Puck comes out in front. Sent up to the right point, and Jankowski, his shot. Wide. Puck comes out in front again. This time it's on the stick of Nick Server, and Server's going to take it. Through center into the Ensworth zone on the left wing side. Puck gets away from him, goes to the end boards. Zach Cato with it, carries it around the back of the net out to the near side. Clears it out to center. Joey McCready with it for Indy. Tries to send it back the other way. Went off a couple of Ensworth players. Cleared up ice. And now Ash Warner's going to flick it on goal from center. Turned away by Alvarez. It's a soft little shot. Now here's Cato. Right wing side of the Indy zone. Trying to make his way to the net. He's forced to go around the back of it by Ash Warner, who pushes him off the puck. Under a minute left of the power play for Ensworth as Warner flings it through the air back into the Ensworth end. Zach Thomas knocks it down, flips it through the air for Dylan Knight, who's pushed off the puck by McCready as soon as he crosses the Ensworth blue line. Puck comes around to the right wing side. Sent in front by DeWitt Thompson. And he had a man in front who couldn't get to the puck, and Indy again grab it and throw it down ice. 30 seconds left of the power play. Thomas passing it up the near side to Ethan Dunn. Dunn into the Indy zone on the left wing side. Dunn going to the net. Got a shot away. Was stopped by Wilhelm. Rebound tried by Thomas. Flung through traffic and wide. Puck put in, or Ethan Dunn tried to put it in front for Nabia Doubt, but it missed him. Puck ends up back at center. Penalty time against Indy is up. They're back at even strength. Now the puck is back in their end. But it's cleared out. Andrew McCall with it. Right wing side of the Ensworth zone. McCall tried to go to the net. Puck got knocked off his stick when he went to the backhand by Zach Thomas. McCall gets it back. He's in the left circle now as it knocked off his stick by Lee Denson. Puck cleared out, but not very far. Connor Bain has it. Drops it over. Tried to drop it over to Luke Krause. Now back the other way go Ensworth. DeWitt Thompson on the right wing. A shot. Went over the net. Puck on the near side boards. Sliding through center. Picked up by Jack Edwards. Now Zach Thomas. Back into the Indy zone on the left wing side. A shot stopped and held onto by Wilhelm at the near post. 3:39 to go in the first. Still zip. Draws to the left of Wilhelm. And I'm not sure what the holdup is.
That's what makes this game so fun.
We missing a puck or? Oh, Tony Paradise is taking the stick away from Douglas Weinstein because somebody's dropped a mouthpiece. And it's Zach Cato who comes out on the ice and picks up his mouthpiece, and he'll return to the bench. Tie up for the puck off the draw. It was won by Ensworth. The shot was blocked. Indy clear it out. Now it's in the Ensworth zone on the right wing side. And shot from Weston Cross, gloved and held onto by Alvarez. That would have gone well wide of the near post, but he decided to grab it and hang on just in case. Draw be to the left of Alvarez. Gene Sowers, the head coach of Indy. I don't think I've said that during the broadcast. Draw one by Ensworth. Puck past the ice to the far side. Ethan Dunn racing into the Indy zone on the right wing. Takes a shot. It's turned away by Wilhelm. He kicked out the right leg pad of the far post. Puck in the left wing corner. Whipped around to the far side by Jacob Giblin. And Zach Giblin overskated it at center. Patrick Cavallari kept it away from him. But Indy get it back. Here's Zach Giblin. Sending it back into the Ensworth zone. Puck's on the right wing side. Catching up to it is Kellen Salisbury trying to clear it out, but now Giblin grabs it. Zach Giblin. He's in front. Puck got away from him. Here's a one-timer. Blocked in traffic. That was Jacob Giblin firing the one-timer. Anthony Tinsley with a puck now. Trying to flick it up the boards. Held in by Ryan Lawson. Lawson isn't knocked off his stick. And it's going to be carried out to center by Salisbury, but it's taken right back Ethan Jasper. Bringing it back into the Ensworth zone. Jasper, right circle shot over the net. Now Giblin, Zach Giblin. I think Jacob Giblin's off ice now. Yes, he is. He has gone back to the bench. Jasper on the right wing corner, sending the puck over to the left wing corner. Giblin trying to put it in front. He got triple teamed. Puck is out in front. And Ryan Lawson isn't knocked off his stick by Cavallari as he was trying to go to the backhand. Zach Cato racing through center. Left wing side of the Indy zone. Pushed into the boards. Tries to come around and get a wraparound try. That was blocked. And now Ryan Lawson with it at center. Dumps it into the Ensworth zone to go to the bench for a change. Zach Thomas with a puck. Carrying it to center. Into the Indy zone on the left wing. Sends it across. Oh, and he centered it for Dylan Knight, who whiffed on it. Puck back in the Ensworth end, picked up by Matt Parikh. Clears it out, but onto the stick of J.D. Peterson. Puck sent back into the Ensworth zone. Jankowski with it, clears it out. Sends it back up ice, in fact. Minute left in the first. Puck comes to the right point of the Indy zone. Ryan Taylor's shot blocked in traffic. Sent back to the inboards by Parikh as it came up to the blue line. And now here's Ash Warner at center. Bringing it back into the Ensworth zone, but offside. Nick Cervera came over the blue line right before Warner did. 29.9 seconds left in the first. We're still looking for the first goal of the game. Draws across from the Ensworth bench. One by Indy. They flick it into the Ensworth zone, but Ensworth grab it. And Ethan Dunn brings it out. Tried to send it ahead to Anthony Tinsley. That was intercepted. Here's Ash Warner. Warner with his back to the Ensworth zone. He backhands the puck into the zone. Now here's Dunn, left wing side of the Indy end. The shot stopped and held on to by Wilhelm at the near post. Three and a half seconds to go in the period. Draw one by Ensworth. They send the puck to the net. It's blocked, and that's it for the first. Anthony Alvarez, fantastic goaltending early on. Although shots petered out for Indy, each side with only 6 shots on goal in the first, but more importantly, they haven't put the puck in the net yet.
Shaquille O'Neal for new Icy Hot Advanced Cream.
I know all about living with pain. After 19 years of pro ball, man. But now I'm feeling awesome. New Icy Hot Advanced Relief is the real deal.
Icy Hot Advanced Cream has 2 maximum strength ingredients to last up to 50% longer. Works great on shoulders, backs, knees, even arthritis. Icy to dull the pain and hot to relax it away.
Come on now, advance past pain and get on with living.
New Icy Hot Advanced, available in cream and patch.
Pain over.
Use only as directed.
Sometimes in life, you just get lucky. Like when you slide into a rock star parking spot. Or get a great table at that hot new restaurant. But luck won't protect you from identity theft. And that's why Identity Guard offers top-rated identity theft protection for less than $1 a day. Act now and get free protection for your kids, the latest targets for identity thieves. Get it now for less than $1 a day at identityguard.com/dollar. That's identityguard.com/dollar.
This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.
Back in the North Rink at Fordyce Center in Antioch, going to the second period of this one. Ensworth-Nolensville and Indy Summit Spring Hill goalless. Stephen Wilhelm still in goal for Indy. Anthony Alvarez still in goal for Ensworth. For this second period, Ensworth will carry the puck towards me. Indy will carry it away from me. Connor Bain with the puck in his own zone. He whiffs on a clearing attempt. Zach Caddo has it. Whips it around the boards to the near side. Ryan Taylor can't keep it into the right point. Now the puck goes back into the Ensworth zone. Zach Thomas gets in front of Zach Giblin, but he can't get the puck. Giblin trying to backhand it out in front. Puck sent around the boards, held in at the right point by Bain. But now Ensworth free it. Here comes Dylan Knight down ice. Left wing side of the Indy zone. Puck knocked off his stick. Ryan Lawson sending it out to center, but it's intercepted. Brought back in by Knight. Knight, right circle shot wide of the near post. Andrew McCall passing it ahead to Giblin, who had it knocked off his stick by Jack Edwards. Edwards sending it back to the Indy end, but it's flicked the other way by Bain. McCall now making his way to the Ensworth, and a shot turned away by Alvarez at the near post. Here's Zach Thomas, left wing side of the Indy zone. A soft shot gloved and held on to by Wilhelm at the far post. And that's the first whistle after 81 seconds of the second. Draw is going to be to the right of Wilhelm. One by Indy. Here's Luke Krause backhanding it up high. He's trying to clear it out. Jack Edwards intercepts and shoots it from the right point, but went off a couple of legs and wide of the near post of the Indy net. Jacob Giblin whipping it around the boards of the near side. Luke Krause is going to carry it out to center. Off to Nick Cervera. Cervera, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Chases the puck to the end boards. Carries it around. Comes out to the slot. Zach Giblin can't get his stick on it. I'm sorry, it's Ash Warner. Now Warner with a shot in the left circle. Went past the net. Puck out in front again, and now cleared out by Ensworth. Puck coming down ice into the Indy zone. This could be an icing. No, Wilhelm saw that icing was waved off, and he gives it off to Ethan Jasper. Jasper passing it ahead to Luke Krause. Krause at center on the near side. Dumps it into the Indy zone. Puck in the right wing corner. Nick Cervera sending it over to the left wing corner. Luke Krause will catch up to it. Krause puts it in front. Ethan Atchinger couldn't get to it. Puck still in the Ensworth zone, however. Krause falls over. Puck past the blue line, intercepted and cleared out by Kellen Salisbury. The pass was intended for Ethan Jasper. Jasper from his own zone carries the puck through center. Into the Ensworth zone. Makes his way to the slot. A shot off of Alvarez and into the netting above the glass. Alvarez with a blocker save to keep this zip with 11:05 left in the second. Again, Ensworth have to win this game to keep any hopes of getting into the upper tier and the Preds Cup alive. A draw won't do it. A loss won't do it. They have to win. Joey McCready at center flips the puck ahead. Back into the Ensworth zone. Patrick Cavallari backhanding it over the far side. Russell Jankowski. We tried to clear it out, but he didn't do a very good job, and now it's brought out to center by Ensworth. Jankowski tried to send it back into the Indy zone, and it went in, but offside. It hit off the skates of Max Pruitt, and I think Pruitt took about one step too much. Saw it hit his skates. He's like, okay, I'm good now. And he went offside. Draws across from the Ensworth bench. Puck in the Indy zone, trickling towards the net. J.D. Peterson's going to get there before Max Pruitt. He does so. Joey McCready on the far side, backhanding the puck over to the near side. Then Caden Cross tried to clear, but it went off the stick of Lucas Ingram and went back past the near side of the Indy net. Now the Spriegels bring it back into the Ice Tigers zone. Joey McCready at the end boards, backhanding it up the far side, but it's going to go out to center. Caught up to by Matt Parikh, but Parikh is caught up to by Matt Dooley, who tried to get the puck off of him, but Parikh was still able to carry it at least towards the net, even though it was knocked away from him. And an offside call against Ensworth. Looked like the puck maybe just went over the blue line, and Abia Dowk stayed in the zone and brought it back over. 9:52 to go in the second, still zip. Draw is going to be across from the Ensworth bench. Draw one by Indy. Here's Braden McCandless. Passing it up the far side out to center, but intercepted. Zach Caddo brings it back into the Indy zone, but it's poked off his stick. Andrew McCole now racing into the Ensworth end. He's over on the right wing. Backhanding it in front, or trying to. Ryan Lawson taking a whack, and it's stopped and covered up at the far post by Alvarez. Draw will be to the left of Alvarez. One by Indy. Zach Giblin tried to turn around and shoot, but he fell over trying to control the puck. Here's Anthony Tinsley bringing it into the Indy zone on the right wing side. Backhanding it in front, but it misses Dunn. Pass was a little high, went across Dunn's face. Braden McCandless at center. Crosses the red line, slaps it back into the Ensworth zone. It went off a body, went off of, I think, Douglas Weinstein in the slot, so it didn't go to the end boards. However, Ryan Lawson has it, passes it over to the right point. Now McCandless fires it down low, and it's sent back up to Lawson, but the puck gets away from him. Now here's Giblin, a shot. Wide. of the near post from the right circle. Now the puck bouncing back towards the Indy end. Anthony Tinsley chasing it into the left wing corner. Sends it up the far boards, but it's cleared out. Now Zach Giblin into the Ensworth zone on the right wing side. Trying to put it in front for McCall. He scores! Finally, Independent Summit Spring Hill able to put one past Anthony Alvarez. It's Andrew McCall with the first goal of this one. Giblin fed him the puck right in front, and he was able to tuck it into the near side of the net. It's 1-0 Independent Summit Spring Hill with 8:30 to go in the second, excuse me. Draw one by Ensworth. Patrick Cavallari dumps it into the Indy zone. Puck coming around to the near side. Jacob Giblin tried to clear, but didn't push the puck very hard. Now the puck's hit towards the net by Chase Adolph. Stopped it, covered up by Wilhelm. It wasn't a hard shot, but Wilhelm decided to be safe with it. Draw to the left of Wilhelm. One by Ensworth, and a shot from Jack Edwards went off an Indy stick, the stick of Luke Krause, I think. And now here's Ethan Jasper racing through center into the Ensworth zone on the right wing side. Hands it off to Nick Cervera. Cervera having trouble trying to control the puck. It's in the left wing corner. They try and clear it out. Luke Krause intercepts. Puck now at the end boards. Backhanded over to the far side, Jasper. Puck coming around to the near side. And it's cleared out. Zach Cato with it for Ensworth, but he carried it into the Indy zone. He tried to jump around Ethan Jasper, who took the puck away from him. Jasper tries to clear, and Mac Parikh held it in, but he fell backwards. Puck back in the Ensworth zone now. Luke Krause catches up to it at the end boards. Tries to put it in front for Ash Warner. He can't do it. And the net got dislodged. So that's why we have a whistle. 7:14 to go in the second, 1-0 Ensworth-Nolensville. Draw is to the left of Alvarez. One by Indy. They tried to shoot it, and it got blocked. Now puck comes up to the left point. Connor Bain keeps it in. He kicks it down low, and it's intercepted by an Ensworth player, fired down ice for an icing. I think it may have been Zach Thomas. Draw is going to be to the right of Alvarez. One by Ensworth, Ryan Taylor. On the near side. Sends it down ice to Whit Thompson. Off to Ethan Dunn. Right circle. Shot stopped by Wilhelm. Kicked out the right leg pad. Now Dunn in the left circle. In the slot. Shot blocked by Connor Bain. Zach Giblin tries to clear it out and held into the right point by Ryan Taylor, who throws it back to the inboards. Then it kicks off the bottom bar on the outside of the near side of the net. Dunn with it again. Tried to center it for Anthony Tinsley. It whiffed. He whiffed on it. Now Ryan Lawson. Passing ahead. Zach Giblin through center into the Ensworth zone. On the left wing, a shot. Turned away by Alvarez to the near post. Put the legs together. Close the 5-hole. Now Tinsley back the other way. Dumping it into the Indy zone. Puck sent around to the far boards. And cleared out by Nick Cervera. Ryan Lawson. And they waved off icing because both Douglas Weinstein and Zach Giblin were tied up together as the puck went past them. Ensworth trying to clear the puck out, and they do. J.D. Peterson Backhanding it over to the near side. Braden McCandless racing through center. And offside. I think Andrew McCole may have gone in ahead of McCandless. 5:33 left in the second. Still 1-0 Independent Summit Spring Hill.
Chick-fil-A delivery.
Draw in front of the Indy bench. Won by Ensworth. Here's Chase Adolph. Sending it into the Indy zone. It's on the left wing side. J.D. Peterson whiffing on a clearing attempt. Now he pushes it up the boards. Intercepted Lee Denson comes right back to Peterson, who's able to clear it out. Puck trickling into the Ensworth zone. Puck out at center. Weston Cross sending it back into the Ensworth zone. Cleared out. Now Kellen Salisbury, left wing side of the Indy zone. Turns over the puck. Oh, but a dangerous play by J.D. Peterson to send it right in front of his own net. Braden McCandless carries it over to the far boards after receiving that pass. Big four-man battle for the puck. And now the puck sent on goal. Stopped and covered up by Wilhelm, excuse me. Not sure who shot that for Ensworth. 4:34 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Independent Summit Spring Hill. Draw is going to be to the right of Wilhelm. Won by Ensworth. Slap shot from Jack Edwards. Blocked in traffic. In front of backhander blocked. That was Tinsley shooting on the rebound try. Now DeWitt Thompson carries it out in front. His shot gloved and held onto by Wilhelm. Draws to the right of Wilhelm. Won by Ensworth. Now turned over to Indy. Ash Warner racing through center into the Ensworth zone. Cuts down the slot. Puck got away from him. Forced to put it in front, but it went off the stick of Jack Edwards as Warner was trying to get it to Nick Cervera. Cervera now passing it off to Luke Krause. Krause trying to put it out in front. Now Cervera. It's taken away and swept around the boards by Edwards. Puck cleared out. A 3-on-1 for Ensworth developing, but the puck is intercepted by Ethan Jasper. DeWitt Thompson tried to pass it over to Ethan Dunn, but Ethan Jasper intercepted and broke up that 3-on-1. Dunn brings it back into the Indy zone, but offside. Anthony Tinsley had not cleared it yet. 3:35 to go in the second. Still 1-0 Independent Summit Spring Hill. Draw is in front of the Ensworth bench. One by Ensworth. Shot well wide of the near post from Douglas Weinstein. Puck now on the far side. Held in at the left point by Patrick Cavalieri. His shot off the shins of Ethan Atchinger. Puck blasts through center back into the Ensworth zone. That's how hard it went off of Atchinger's shins. Puck on the far side. Held in Joey McCready. Sending it towards the net. Stopped by Alvarez and he gets down to cover it. It went off his glove. And he gets down to cover it. Draw to the left of Alvarez. Won by Indy, but turned over to Ensworth. Dylan Knight, right wing side of the Indy zone. Shot, stopping Wilhelm, rebound. Oh, just trickled wide of the far post off the stick of Zach Caddo. Now here's Matt Parikh trying to go to the net. He gets taken down. There's going to be a penalty. Interference. And it's Joey McCready going off. So Ensworth-Nolensville will return to the power play, trailing 1-0. With 2:42 to go in the second. Draw is going to be to the left of Wilhelm. Won by Ensworth. Zach Caddo. Passing it over. Ethan Dunn. Oh, whiffed in his shot in the left circle. DeWitt Thompson now on the inboards with the puck. Comes over to Ash Warner, who tries to clear. It's held in. Thompson backhanding up to the blue line. Dunn holds it in. Hands it off. Zach Thomas for a shot in the left circle. Stopped and held on to by Wilhelm at the far post. Draw is going to be to the right of Wilhelm. Won by Indy, carried around the boards, and now it's swept around to the far side and out to center. Anthony Tinsley turns the puck over to Ash Warner, who sends it on goal from center. Anthony Alvarez having to make the stop. Alvarez having to come to the rescue again. One of his teammates sent the puck towards the near side of the net, and he had to cover it up cover the near side up. Under a minute left in the power play for Ensworth, and offside called against the Ice Tigers. Anthony Tinsley with the puck, but one of his teammates was over the line. 51 seconds left of the power play. 93 seconds to go in the second. Still 1-0 Indy. Draw will be in front of the Ensworth bench. Puck trickling into the Ensworth zone off the draw. Cleared out by the Ice Tigers. Patrick Cavallari's it swatted off his stick by Zach Giblin. Now Dylan Knight backhands it back into the Indy zone. 30 seconds left of the power play for Ensworth. Here's Braden McCandless. Passing it ahead to Nick Cervera. Cervera sending it up ice. Now it's sent back to the Indy end. Final minute of the first as Connor Bain banks it off the near boards back into the Ensworth zone. 10 seconds left in the power play for Ensworth. Hanging out behind his own net is Jack Edwards. Edwards comes out, fires it down the near side. Penalty time against Indy is up. They're back at even strength. Zach Giblin with the puck now. Bringing it back into the Ensworth zone on the left wing. A shot went off a stick and over the net. Puck comes up to the right point. Braden McCandless moving around, trying to send it to the net. Ooh, and it just went wide. Under 30 seconds left of the period. Connor Bain touches up, and we got a high sticking call against two. It's a penalty, not an infraction. No, it is an infraction, okay. Not a penalty. Draws to the right of Wilhelm, though, with 22.8 seconds to go in the period. Won by Ensworth. Shot blocked. It was off the stick of DeWitt Thompson. Ethan Dunn couldn't get the rebound. Now the puck ends up in the right wing corner. Jacob Giblin chases it down, tries to clear it out. Went off the shins of Thompson. Puck put in front, left circle, Anthony Tinsley. Oh! Barely pushed the puck when he tried to shoot. Now he puts it up for Dunn, knocked off his stick by Giblin, and that's it for the second. Tinsley came around the back of the net, backhanded it out in front to Ethan Dunn, but Jacob Giblin immediately swatted it off his stick to kill that scoring chance. So Andrew McCole with the only goal of the game here in the second period. Independent Summit Spring Hill up 1-0 at the end of 2.
Business owners, chances are you have a few computers in your office, maybe a tablet, a smartphone or two. They all have critical business files on them, and if you experience a data loss, you could be in dire straits. That's why your business needs iDrive.com. iDrive protects your valuable data with no per-computer charges. Business plans start at less than $10 a month. Sign up today and save 20% when you use promo code PROTECT with iDrive.com.
When marketing rep Bob Clasby stays at La Quinta Inns and Suites, he's greeted by a fun, friendly staff.
Hey, Bob.
Welcome back, Bob.
Love the haircut, Bob.
Now that's friendly. And when Bob brings those positive vibes to work the next day, you know what happens?
And that's my presentation. Thoughts?
Ooh.
Comments?
Ah.
Feedback?
Ooh. He's got the room oohing and eyeing. La Quinta takes care of you so you can take care of business. Book your next successful stay at LQ.com.
This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.
Back in the North Rink at Fordyce Center in Antioch, going to the third and final period of this one. Independent Summit Spring Hill leading Ensworth-Nolensville 1-0. Forgot to tell you, tonight dictates what we're doing Friday. If Ensworth lose this game and there's a winner of that Hendersonville-Franklin game, then I'm going to do that game between JP2 and Ravenwood. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Stephen Wilhelm still in net for Indy. Anthony Alvarez still in net for Ensworth. For this third period, Indy will carry the puck towards me. Ensworth will carry it away from me. Ensworth win the draw. Puck's in their zone, and Zach Giblin able to get a hold of it. He's in the left circle, trying to go to the net. Backhands it in front of one-timer stop. Rebound, oh, hit the outside of the net. And then Giblin with a backhanded try that Alvarez stops with a left leg pad. Big break there for Ensworth. Far side of the net was open, and Giblin hit the outside of it. And now another save for Alvarez. Andrew McCole backhanded the puck out in front, and Giblin got a little backhander away that Alvarez swatted with a glove. But yeah, Giblin had a big chance a few seconds ago. He had the far side of the net open, and he hit the outside of it. Just 28 seconds into the third. Draws to the left of Alvarez. Draw one by Indy. Ethan Jasper fires it over to the far side. Picked up by DeWitt Thompson. Thompson carries it to center. Into the Indy zone on the right wing side, but offside. Ethan Dunn stepped into the zone before he did. 13:21 to go in the game. 1-0 Indy. Draws across from the Indy bench. One by Ensworth, sent into the Indy zone. And Ensworth tried to set up a shot, but Indy able to get it and clear it out. Here's Ethan Dunn. Passing it ahead. And now a shot from Anthony Tinsley goes wide. DeWitt Thompson going around the back of the net. Comes out to the left wing, passes it up to the left point. Patrick Cavallari shot in traffic. I think it was blocked before it ever got to Wilhelm. Now Cavallari keeps it alive again, but it's flicked off his stick as he chased it to the slot, and out to center it goes. Puck back in the Ensworth zone. Cavallari turns around, sends it out. Now the puck sitting at the left point of the Ensworth zone, and backhanded to the inboards by Ash Warner. Puck comes around to the near side. Anthony Tinsley clears it out, but J.D. Peterson intercepts at center. Puck goes back into the Ensworth zone. Cavallari giving chase. Gets in front of Nick Server and forces Server to run into the inboards. They try to clear it out. Hildy McCready. Shot is wide of the far post from the top of the right circle. Puck out at center. And Indy bringing it back in. Ash Warner into the Ensworth zone. In the slot, shot blocked by the left shin of Patrick Cavallari, who took him down, and he's going to go to the box for it. Roughing the call against Cavallari. And Nick Cervera is going to go into the box as well. Cavallari's stick was down after the whistle had blown, and Cervera was pushing away from him, so I think they called unsportsmanlike against Cervera. So it's going to be coincidentals. Indy have only had one power play in this whole game, and it lasted 5 seconds. That's because Ensworth got a power play, immediately committed a tripping penalty 5 seconds into it, so we had a minute 55 4 on 4. And then the Indy penalty expired, and they had a power play for 5 seconds. Draws to the left of Alvarez, 11:46 to go, 1-0 Indy. Won by Ensworth, but Zach Giblin takes it away. Right circle. Oh, the puck got away from Joey McCready as it came to him. He chases it to the end boards. Now here's Ryan Lawson trying to turn around in the left wing corner. Knocked into the board, still has the puck. Russell Jankowski trying to clear. Clearing attempt was blocked. Zach Giblin has the puck now. Backhands it to the end boards. Ryan Lawson puts it in front. Andrew McCall, shot blocked. Puck goes over to the near side boards. Joey McCready passing it to the end boards. Zach Thomas trying to send it around. Zach Giblin has it. Sends it across the front of the net over to the left wing side. Here's Chase Adolph clearing it out. It's in the Indy zone. Kellen Salisbury gets knocked down. Adolph around the back of the Indy net. Tried to backhand it out in front. Now the puck cleared through center back into the Ensworth end. Picked up by Zach Thomas. Thomas fires it up ice for an icing. 10:31 to go in the game. Still 1-0 Indy. Again, Ensworth have to win this game or they are banished to the lower tier of the Henry Hine Cup for the rest of the season. Draws to the left of Alvarez. If this game were won by Indy and Ethan Atchinger with a shot that took a deflection, came to the near side of the net, and Alvarez decides to cover. If they were to draw this game, then they would need the Hendersonville-Franklin game to end drawn, because that would leave those two teams at 11 points while Ensworth would have 10. But if Ensworth don't win this game, if they lose this game, they're done as far as trying to get into the upper tier is concerned. They would need at least to draw it. Atchinger, a shot stopped by Alvarez. Rebound try stopped by Alvarez. They would need at least a draw and to hope that Hendersonville-Franklin game ends in a draw. Puck coming to the near side of the net, and Alvarez is swatted away with a glove again. Comes around the far side boards, held in on the left point, and Braden McCandless, a slap shot turned away by Alvarez. He kicked to the side with a right leg pad. Puck comes back to McCandless, moving down the left wing, a shot. Blockered away by Alvarez. Now Max Pruitt. Passing it to Namia Dowk, and it with pinball between Dowk's skates. And he brought it over the Indy blue line offside. 9:50 to go. Still 1-0. Spiegels. So, yeah, Ensworth need to score here and get at least a point. The problem is if they draw and somebody wins that Hendersonville-Franklin game, they're still banished to the lower tier, because even if they were to tie the winner of the Hendersonville-Franklin game on points, they've already lost to both of those teams, so they lose the head-to-head tiebreaker anyway. So they need to win to keep their hopes alive. As Indy, deep from their own zone, ice the puck. I'm sorry, it's Ensworth icing the puck from their own zone. Draw to the right of Alvarez. One by Ensworth. Puck fired up ice. And this is Ethan Jasper racing through center into the Ensworth zone on the left wing side. Making his way to the slot. Puck knocked off his stick by Zach Thomas. Puck carried to center, and then it's taken away from Anthony Tinsley by Zach Giblin. And then Russell Jankowski took it away from Andrew McCall. Tinsley with it again, almost falls over, dumps it into the Indy zone. Here's Jasper. Banking it off the far side boards. Now Andrew McCall sends it into the Ensworth zone. Zach Thomas with it. Passing it up the near side, Ethan Dunn. Into the Indy zone on the left wing. Dunn. Try to drop it back to Tinsley. Tinsley trying to get it down low. Puck goes to the inboards. Dunn. Around the back of the net. Tinsley was smacking his stick on the ice as he was coming down the slot. Puck in the right wing corner. Sent up to the right point, Russell Jankowski. His shot, stopped by Wilhelm. Rebound, stopped and covered up by Wilhelm. That was DeWitt Thompson shooting on the rebound try, and Wilhelm stops and covers at the near post. 8:09 to go, still 1-0 Ensworth-Nolensville. I'm sorry, Indy Summit Spring Hill. Indy's up, not Ensworth. Draws to the right of Wilhelm. One by Ensworth, and Patrick Cavallari with a shot through traffic that Wilhelm looked like he saw it the last second. I think it went off his left leg pad, and he kind of stared it down for about a second before he decided to cover. Draw be to his right. Puck comes over to the far side. With it is Luke Krause. Carries it through center into the Ensworth zone on the left wing side. Carried it to the goal line. Puck got away from him. Patrick Cavallari brought it out in front. Jack Edwards has it. Taken away from him by Ash Warner and backhanded down low. Luke Krause tried to put it in front, went off the left skate of Mac Parikh. Puck now over on the far side. Here is Dylan Knight. Gets knocked over at center by Ash Warner. Puck's in the Indy zone, immediately cleared out. Joey McCready with it. Carries it into the Ensworth zone. Puck got away from him, though, and cleared out. Ash Warner flips it through the air over the Ensworth net. Jack Edwards banks it off the near boards. Here's Zach Cato dropping it back to Edwards. Edwards through center, trying to get it into the Indy zone. Now they tried to put the puck out in front for Chase Adolph. Adolph trying to get to it, pushes Nick Cervera away from it. Puck goes to the end boards. And Cervera trying to clear it out, held in by Salisbury at the left point, sent back down low. Braden McCandless with it now for Indy. And it's cleared out. Zach Thomas back in his own zone. Sends it up the near side off the skates of Kellen Salisbury. Puck sent back into the Indy zone. Here's McCandless. Back into the Ensworth end, trying to go down the slot. Puck got away from him, came on goal, and Alvarez had to cover. 6:01 to go, still 1-0 Indy. Draws to the left of Alvarez. Not really sure what the holdup is. Tony Paradise talking to both benches. Now we're ready to resume. Draw one by Indy, and a shot from Matt Dooley is stopped and held on to by Alvarez. Draw to the left of Alvarez again. One by Indy again. Left point McCandless. Moving along the blue line, trying to send it to the slot. Nick Rowlett couldn't get a stick on it. Puck's in front of the net, and it's pushed away. Puck on the far boards. Nabia Doubt trying to pass it up. Held in by Weston Cross. Nick Rowlett trying to get it to the slot. Lucas Ingram tried to clear. Connor Bain holds it in. Now the puck on the near boards. Nick Rowlett sending it back down low. Comes around to the far side. Passed ahead to Nabia Dowk, and Dowk's going to flip it through the air back to center. Puck back in the Indy zone. Here is Braden McCandless. McCandless through center, back into the Ensworth zone in the right wing. Drops it back to Weston Cross, who tried to back in it to the net. It's intercepted by Douglas Weinstein. Puck brought back into the Indy zone. Here's Ethan Jasper. Jasper back into the Ensworth zone on the left wing. Puck in the end boards. They tried to clear the puck out, held in by Zach Giblin at the right point, and his shot stopped by Alvarez. He had to put the leg pads together. Puck sent back up ice into the Indy end. Icing waved off. Jacob Giblin with it now. Trying to pass it over to the far side. Zach Giblin. Passing it ahead to Ryan Lawson. Brings it into the Ensworth zone. He's in the breakaway. Shot just wide of the near post. Puck coming up the far side. J.D. Peterson held it in, and I think it may have been nicked into the Ensworth bench. 3:52 to go, still 1-0 Indy. Draws to the right of Alvarez. One by Ensworth. They try and clear. Dylan Knight sends it out to center. J.D. Peterson with it, tried to drop it back. Intercepted. Dylan Knight, left wing side of the Indy zone. Trying to go to the net, sends it towards the net. It's turned away by Stephen Wilhelm. And now the puck cleared to center. And Ash Warner with it, left wing side of the Ensworth zone. Passes off. Oh, and with one hand, Nick Server attempted toward the net on the near side, but Anthony Alvarez dove across and covered. 3:20 to go, still 1-0 Ensworth, 1-0 Indy. Draw to the left of Alvarez. One by Indy. Shot went off some shins over to the far boards. Here's Zach Cato. Shooting on goal from center, or from just behind the Indy blue line. It'll be turned away by Stephen Wilhelm. Now here come Indy again. Ryan Lawson into the Ensworth zone on the right wing side. Drops it back to Andrew McCole. McCole sending it in front. Zach Giblin, a backhander, stopped by Alvarez. Has it between his legs. Draw to the left of Alvarez again. One by Indy, Ethan Jasper. Sends it to the end boards. Zach Thomas has it knocked off his stick. Luke Krause tried to put it in front. Thomas with it again. Clears it up ice. This will be an icing. Nope, waved off. Ethan Jasper with a puck behind his own net. Carried around to the far side. Now Ash Warner sends it back into the Ensworth zone from center. Picked up by Jack Edwards. Passed up the far boards. Here is Luke Krause. Krause tried to put it in front, went into the skates of Lee Denson. Puck on the near boards now. Zach Thomas trying to flick it up and out to center, and he does so. Caught up to by Ash Warner. Warner tried to clear. It's held in by Ensworth. Pass up to the blue line, though. Went off the stick of Anthony Tinsley and out. Luke Krause, left wing side of the Ensworth zone, sent it across the front of the net. I think it may have gone off an Ensworth stick on its way. Puck cleared out. Warner with it again. Tried to fire it back into the Ensworth zone, and I think it may have gone off one of his teammates' skates as they were still inside the blue line. So offside called. 90 seconds to go. Still 1-0 Ensworth. Still 1-0 Indy. I don't know why I keep saying Ensworth. It's Indy leading 1-0, and Ensworth-Nolensville are going to use their timeout. Andrew McCole scored the only goal of the game. I think about the halfway point of it. And that goal is held up. Can it hold up for 90 more seconds? We'll see. We're back in 30.
Progressive presents Flo's newest smash hit. The Name Your Price tool gives you lots of coverage options.
The Name Your Price tool. You give us a budget and we'll show you a range of coverage options. But we can't go over all the dessert options. Your server will be back in just a second and he'll explain.
The Name Your Price tool, only from Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.
90 seconds to go here in the North Rink at Ford Ice Center in Antioch. Independent Summit Spring Hill leading Ensworth-Nolensville 1-0. Ensworth using their timeout. Anthony Alvarez still in goal, so I'm sure that the timeout was to talk about how to pull him, and yep, he's coming halfway up his own slot. Puck is being dropped right at center. Won by Ensworth. Can they get it up ice? They're trying to. Zach Giblin sends it into the Ensworth zone. Zach Thomas with it, passing it over to the far side, Anthony Tinsley. Tinsley backhanding it up ice. It's in the Indy zone. Anthony Alvarez to the bench, puck in front. Oh, and whiffing on the shot try was DeWitt Thompson. Dylan Knight is the extra attacker as Indy send the puck down ice for an icing. 65 seconds to go. Draw will be to the left of Stephen Wilhelm. Won by Ensworth. Zach Thomas, shot, stop, rebound, turned away by Wilhelm. Oh, and Wilhelm made a big save on the near side of the net. Anthony Tinsley thought he'd put the puck in. I think they're saying the net got dislodged. 58.7 seconds to go. We've entered the final minute. Draws to the right of Wilhelm. Won by Ensworth. Andrew McCole trying to get it for Indy. He falls over. Big battle for the puck on the left half wall. Comes up to Patrick Cavallari. Left point, his shot blocked in traffic. Ryan Lawson backhands it down ice. Back into the Ensworth zone for another icing. 33.9 seconds to go. Draw to the right of Wilhelm. Puck up against the inboards, under 30 seconds to go. Dylan Knight sending it to the net, and it was blocked. Puck comes up to Cavallari. He turns it over, and Ash Warner has it at center. Puck got away from Zach Thomas, sending it back up ice. Puck still at center, under 10 seconds to go. Zach Thomas back into the Indy zone on the left wing side. A shot stopped. Rebound. It's over the end boards, and Indy win it. Indy escape with a 1-0 win. And Ensworth-Nolensville, after a 4-0 start, go winless in their next 9, and they're banished to the lower tier in the Hein Cup for the next part of the regular season. Andrew McCall with the only goal of the game, and it held up. Had the only goal of the game about the midway point of the second. Anthony Tinsley very nearly tied things up with under 30 seconds left. And Ensworth are headed to that lower tier. Each side got away 20 shots. Independent Summit Spring Hill finish up the first part of the regular season with a 1-0 win. They're 10-4 in the table going into January. Andrew McCall with the only goal of this one. And I got to give credit to Ensworth. I thought Indy were going to run them over, but got to give a lot of credit to Anthony Alvarez. Again, Indy Summit Spring Hill won 1-0. Post-game is coming up in 2 minutes.
I have something so serious to tell you that I hired the world's most serious composer to compose a serious song while I tell you this. At Little Caesars, we've always been serious about quality ingredients. That's why we use fresh shredded mozzarella and Munster cheese on all of our pizzas, while some places use something called pizza cheese, made with modified food starch. Little Caesars, when it comes to quality, we're serious.
Pizza, pizza. Looking for a lighter way to enjoy chocolate? Then grab a Three Musketeers bar and bring a little lightness into your day. The classic nougat-filled candy bar has a whipped-up, fluffy chocolate-on-chocolate taste that's a delicious experience with every bite. So pick up a Three Musketeers bar today at your local retailer and enjoy a light and fluffy chocolate treat. Also try Three Musketeers to-go bars. Have one now and save one for later. Three Musketeers, a lighter way to enjoy chocolate.
Hi, Tom Bodette. It's never been easier to book a clean, comfortable room at Motel 6. You can book online at motel6.com, use our cool new app on your tablet or smartphone, or call 1-800-4-MOTEL-6 on your dumb phone. Sadly, you can't book by pigeon or Morse code, so if you want the lowest price of any national chain by telegraph, I guess you're just ... I'm Tom Bodette for Motel 6, and we'll leave the light on for you.
Realtors have expertise in land development and management, retail, industrial, office, and investment properties. They have the experience, knowledge, and savvy to help you achieve your business and investment real estate goals. Realtors also have the power of the National Association of Realtors behind them, working with legislators and regulators to support the key role commercial real estate plays in our national economy. Ask for a professional who understands your commercial business. Ask for a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.
Independent Summit Spring Hill beat Ensworth-Nolensville 1-0. Andrew McCall with the only goal of the game. So 3 stars of the game is going to be easy. Andrew McCall will be the 3rd star of the game with a game-winning goal. 2nd star of the game is going to go to Anthony Alvarez. He made 19 saves on 20 shots. But the 1st star of the game is Stephen Wilhelm with a 20-save shutout. So again, 3rd star of the game, Andrew McCall. 2nd star of the game, Anthony Alvarez. 1st star of the game, Stephen Wilhelm as Indy win 1-0. Indy finishing up the first part of the regular season tonight. Now 5 teams have finished it up. 10 more to go. Indy, the only team finishing up the first part of the regular season tonight. So they're at 10-4. Ensworth-Nolensville now 4-8-1. Again, they have clinched a spot in the lower tier. I know they're only a point behind Hendersonville and Franklin, but those two are about to play each other, and somebody's going to be multiple points ahead of Ensworth, whether it's both teams or one of them, because even if that game ends in a draw, they'll be 2 points ahead of Ensworth. Ensworth only have 1 game left, and they've already lost to both teams, so they lose the head-to-head tiebreaker, even if they, Hendersonville and Franklin, were all to finish with 11 points. So, let's go over the rest of tonight's schedule. Actually, let's go to the standings with this first game in the books this evening. MBA, and they finished up the first part of the regular season. They're 13-0-1. Brentwood, they finished up the first part of the regular season. They're 10-3-1. They could still be passed. Mount Juliet Wilson Central, 9-1-2. Father Ryan at 9-2-2. Independent Summit Spring Hill now at 9-4. They join those two teams. At 10-4. They join those two teams at 20 points. Centennial Page, they're done with the first part of the regular season now at 9-4-1. Ravenwood at 8-4-1. Franklin Unfog, BGA, and Hendersonville Station Camp Beach both at 5-7. Ensworth-Nolensville now at 4-8-1. They've clinched a spot in the lower tier. JP2 CPA, GCA, they've clinched a spot in the lower tier. They're at 2-8-2. BAF Ray Lipscomb, their hopes of getting in the lower tier are still alive, but not by a lot. They're 2-8-1. USN DCA, MLK, and the Outlaws both at 2-10-1. They're both off to the lower tier. And Blackman Stewart's Creek already finished with the first part of the regular season. They are 0-14. The schedule for the rest of the night, coming up at 8:10 on Rink A at Centennial, the big game, Hendersonville Station Camp Beach against Franklin Unfog BGA. If this game has a winner, then both tiers are set. That game will be on the CJ Sports Network, CJSNonline.com. Craig Jolly will have coverage starting at 8:05. Coming up at 8:15 here in the North Rink at Ford Ice Center, Mount Juliet Wilson Central Lebanon against USN DCA MLK. And then at 8:30 on Rink B at Centennial, BAF Ray Lipscomb taking on JP2 CPA GCA. Here's Friday's schedule. It gets underway at 4:30. Yes, 4:30 on Rink 1 in Bellevue. JP2 CPA GCA taking on Ravenwood as we finally get a rematch of the Henry Hine Cup final. Unfortunately, since both teams are headed to opposite tiers, it's going to be the only time they see each other this year. 6:30 on Rink B at Centennial, Father Ryan against Franklin Unfog BGA. 7:30 on the South Rink here at Ford Ice Center, Hendersonville Station Camp Beach against the Outlaws. And then at 8 o'clock on Rink B at Centennial, Ensworth-Nolensville taking on BAF Ray Lipscomb. What are we doing Friday? I'm not sure. It depends on how that Hendersonville-Franklin game shakes out. Because if it ends in a draw and BA can still get to 11 points. They have 3 games left, although I don't think they're going to beat Mount Juliet on Monday. But, yeah, I don't know how that tie – if they, Hendersonville and Franklin, were to tie on points 11, I'm not sure how that would shake out because they've lost to Hendersonville, but they've beaten Franklin. So I don't really know how that tiebreaker would shake out. So I don't know. If you ask my honest opinion, I think Hendersonville are going to beat Franklin tonight. I think they are. I mean, their star players are better than Franklin's. It's just the truth. It just are. Matt Siciliano is probably the best player in that game by far. All right, that is it for us this evening. Done before 8 o'clock. I want to thank you all so much for listening. Again, our final score tonight, Independent Summit Spring Hill 1, Ensworth-Nolensville nothing. Andrew McCall with the only goal of the game. Indy Summit Spring Hill done with the first part of the regular season at 10-4. Ensworth-Nolensville 4-8-1. 1 game left, but they're off to the lower tier. Go to CJSNonline.com. Listen to that Hendersonville-Franklin game. It should be a good one, but again, I'm picking a Hendersonville victory. I'm Michael Hackney. Talk to you again on Friday from wherever I choose to be. Good night.
This broadcast of GNASH Hockey has been brought to you in part by Bethel University Athletics, by the Middle Tennessee Sports Network, and by Ustream. Stay tuned for our next broadcast of GNASH Hockey. This has been a special presentation of the Middle Tennessee Sports Network.